Wilson, and joining me today is a veteran teacher getting ready to finish her 41st year teaching, Jane Whitner. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Kristi. It's nice to be here.
Thank you. So you have a bachelor's degree in journalism. What made you get into teaching?
Well, when I graduated from college and came to Brevard County, it was the peak of the space industry, and I really did not want a job in journalism. I knew that, and I thought I would like teaching. They were getting a huge influx of students very quickly, and there were a lot of teaching positions available. So I decided to give it a try after some people encouraged me, and there were many openings. I ended up getting kind of what now would be kind of an alternative certificate, and went to school at night for the 3 years that I was on a temporary certificate to get fully certified, sort of on-the-job training and a little college thrown in.
Right. What was it like those first few years? It must have been crazy.
Well, I didn't know that it was crazy, but I did know that we had a lot of students in our classes. There were about 37 to 39 students in the classroom.
Oh my God.
I was at Surfside Elementary, which was not air-conditioned. None of the schools were air-conditioned in the late 60s. So it was hot, and the classrooms were very full, but we had nothing to compare it with. So we did a lot of directed teaching. That was still the style, the innovations. And teaching really came a little bit later in the 70s when we moved on to cooperative groups and smaller classes, thankfully.
And what kind of changes have you seen throughout all these years?
Not as many revolutionary changes as I anticipated looking ahead. As I look back now, I think there was been a significant change in funding in the sense that we are funded for smaller classes. Changes in technology that have been a wonderful enhancement for teaching and for learning. And I think there's still room to grow there, and I anticipate in the future that every student will have a laptop. And that will really open things up for a lot more individual teaching.
Awesome.
Not to replace the teacher or the directed lesson or the group participation, but I think it'll be an enhancement to all of those things.
So you've mentioned more technology. What other strategies do you think new teachers should be incorporating?
I definitely think teachers need to make sure that they know some type of consistent behavior management plan.
Yes.
Because you really can't teach anything until you have control of your class in a positive way, where the students are engaged at the right level, doing activities that are relevant, that they perceive as relevant, and interesting to them. And technology does help with that because they consider all technology interesting and relevant. But those are the most important things. I think fundamentally to have a good behavior plan and to be able to manage students is a very important skill for a teacher.
In 1986, you were Brevard County Teacher of the Year. What was that like?
It was a fabulous opportunity to go out in the community and speak to others about education and to be a promoter for education. I enjoyed that aspect of it, and speaking to community groups and so on. There was just a lot of attention. I felt like it was a validation for me because I had learned a lot of strategies in teaching when I was a primary specialist. In the 80s, we had a primary education program in the state of Florida funded. And so there were a lot of new ideas coming on, whole language for one, and better ways to manage students. The Hunter model was coming on. And so I got really in on all of that training, and I think it really helped me, and I was able to share some of that through being Teacher of the Year.
These days, it's rare for people to stick with one job for very long, let alone for 40 years. What's kept you going all this time?
I think that I like the challenge, and one positive aspect of teaching is that every year you start again. And so you can put into play and refine things that you maybe have started in the past. I've taught a lot of different things, every grade, and I was also a media specialist, and I think those kinds of challenges have kept me fresh and on the bright side of things.
So you've taught just about every grade at the elementary level. Which one has been your favorite?
Well, I always think my favorite is the one I'm in at the time, and then when it's not my favorite anymore, it's time to move on and stay fresh in the profession. I did like transitional kindergarten, which was a wonderful program.
Finally, do you have any advice for new teachers getting ready to start a new career?
I think that I would reassure them that it's a wonderful opportunity to run the show the way you would like to run it, even though it sounds like we have a lot of rules and restrictions. When you are standing in front of your class, you can do it how you want to do it and how you've learned how to do it. And that is a wonderful, refreshing opportunity for every person to be themselves and to have a wonderful response coming back with you as the students begin to learn and grow and really buy into what you're doing. And that challenge, I think, is something that I think every new teacher should try and create and not get bogged down in some of the less important aspects of it.
Jane, you've given our viewers some wonderful advice. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
It was fun being with you, Kristi.
Thank you. That's all for our show today. I'm Kristi Wilson. See you next time.